Alright. Let's hope the big bitch fucking works. Been a while since I rode this bike, so let's hope it's not fucking dead. Oh yeah. Let's go. What is up, guys? Finn here, and today decided to take the Zx-14 out for a spin. It's been quite a long time. The bike's been feeling the neglect. I don't know, that H2, man, once you have one, it just takes up all of your time. I went to ride this yesterday to the gym, and the battery was just drained, dude. I had to roll start it. But rolling down the little hill, it started right up, so it wasn't like too dead. But definitely haven't been riding the bike as much as I should. There's kind of a reason behind that. I know I've been talking about selling it and like kind of like, maybe I'll sell it, maybe I won't. I'm definitely selling this bike, like 110%. Apparently that barbecue place is like really good. They got brisket and I'm a fiend for some brisket. So yeah, I've been talking to my good friends at Wow Motorcycle. I definitely want to sell this bike. I definitely want to sell this bike, but I want to get it 100% before I do. And by 100%, I mean the only thing that's really wrong with it is the whole speedometer thing. And that's as easy as ordering a new ECU that is flashed for this exhaust, which luckily I can do from Brock's. I can buy the ECU and have it flashed by them, and they'll send it out. It's going to go anywhere from $500 to probably $800, which really sucks. Definitely don't want to spend that kind of money on a bike you're about to sell, but if I'm going to try to get, you know, as much money as I can, I want to have the bike be perfect, because it's kind of hard to explain. Oh yeah, you see all that weird flashing shit and the engine lights and stuff? Oh, that's no big deal, don't worry about it, give me your money. So yeah, Zach's, since Wow's now like a certified dealer or whatever it is for Brock's, I have him talking to them, because the last thing I want to do, I'm always nervous I'm going to order the wrong part and stuff, because, you know, I'm not the smartest guy. So I have him looking into that, because I really want to sell this, and, you know, I already have plans for all the money, so the second that happens, I'm just going to go fucking crazy. I, of course, want to put a bulk of the money into the H2, you know, just that thing constantly just says, hey, spend more money on me. I want to do something that Eve and PD, I don't ever remember what his letters are, but I'll put his Insta up on the screen. He's talked to me a couple times. They have this switch that goes from, they call it like the Savage Mode switch, where you can turn the switch on and it limits the bike to like 190 horsepower. And then once you flip the switch, you've got all the balls. Get that switch put on. It helps with like around town riding. If you're just not going crazy and you just want to cruise and stuff, you can, you know, restrict it, and then you're not as bad as usual. So it helps with that. And then, you know, maybe the bike won't drink gas as hard, because that thing fucking, that bike's on empty every time I go to ride it, because it just chugs gas. So Wild's offered to do a consignment sell for my bike, like where they'll sell it for me and keep a little tiny bit of the profits. I'm not gonna try that right out right away, just because might as well try to privately sell it. Justin had it for sale for, what was it, like 11,000 when he was selling it, and I'm gonna ask for close to that. Probably just go to 10. You know, I've used the bike a little bit, but I've also made it better. So, you know, 11,000, that's probably where I'm gonna be. I'd be really happy if I get 10,000 on the bike, and of course everybody that buys anything is gonna try to cut your price down a little bit. No one ever goes, that's what you're asking? Okay, that's what I'll pay. Doesn't really happen like that. Oh, I'm committed. I hate it when a light does that. I swear lights do that shit on purpose. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to sell the bike. If you're interested in the bike, you can always DM me, or, you know, leave me a comment or something. Don't really leave a comment if you're trying to buy a motorcycle, that's just silly. But yeah, DM me on Instagram, and or I'm sure you can find my email somehow. I'm always checking my email. But if you want like a full list of everything that's done to this bike, I actually made a video about it when I first got it. That's the little icon, the eye thing that's popping up above the screen. Just click on that, you'll be able to watch that video and see everything that's been done to the bike. It's a great bike, man. It's a lot of fun. I brought it to the drag strip. It's super solid, and under the right rider, this bike would win any race, really, unless the bike's just super modified. But yeah, this is a super solid bike. Little scoots. But it's just not in my future plans. Once I get everything 100% out, though, I do want to I wanted to see what Dan thought of this bike, because he's never ridden it, and he's only been around it a couple of times. But I think he'd really enjoy it, so I wanted to see if I can get him on it. Because I liked his video on when he rode the, basically, I think it was a stock Zx-14 from WoW. That was a cool video, so I'd like to see what he thought of this bike. And then, yeah, eventually it's got to go. So yeah, like I said, I want to do a big chunk of the money towards the H2, but then it also frees up a spot in my garage, and I'd like to get another motorcycle. I want to look into getting like a used R6 or something smaller. I really like the way that Moto Nazi's R3 looked, and I've always wanted to see what it looked like on an R6. So maybe something like that, or just keep it stuck. I just want something that I can throw around in the curves, and everyone's like, but you have a track bike, a professional track bike. The H2 is a track bike. And yes and no. That bike, for one thing, I have way too much money in it to bring it to like to the mountains or try leaning it or anything. And it really doesn't lean that good, unless you like are a good rider, which, you know, everyone knows I'm fucking trash at riding. It's not very angle friendly. That bike shines in the straights, and that's what it does. So yeah, I would literally cry if I dropped that bike. So I want to make that bike even more straight friendly. I've lowered it. I want to get the wings, the H2R wings, which those will apparently help with a little bit of the uplift. I don't think so. Also looking to do something with the gearing, see if that'll do anything. I love this guy's turn signal. That's just really cool. Sarcasm. But yeah, tons of plans for the H2. Just need to find a carbon fiber place that is willing to reply to one of my freaking emails, because Tech Carbon, I don't know if they only reply to emails when they get a comment on their Instagram to say they have an email, but it looks like I'm going to have to do that again, because they haven't replied to another one of my emails, which is just super frustrating, because I'm like, I want to give you my money if you would just email me back. But hey, what do I know? What do I know about running a business? But yeah, guys, I'm about to be at the office, so I'll see you guys when I leave. Alright guys, so not exactly sure where I left off on the video before I got to the office, but I'll be heading to lunch. Why does it 6 or something, man. It felt a lot faster than that. Maybe it's because I'm on surface streets. But yeah, guys, this bike's probably going soon. I mean, when you have the H2, it's kind of redundant to have a Kawasaki Zx-14. Like, they're just too close of like the same purpose, especially with the H2 just obviously crushing it in power. I don't know what this makes to the wheel, but it's not as much as the H2. And you know, people fight it out in the comments. Everyone's like, that Zx-14 will crush the H2, and from a dead stop it would. But any kind of roll start, this bike's gonna lose. But I hope to fix it so the H2 has a better roll start, better start from stop, from the dig. I'm about to go grab me some sushi. As I was leaving the office, I noticed Motonasi just posted a video of him riding Dan's H2. I'm super jealous because I wanted Motonasi to ride my H2 and talk about it, because obviously I think my H2 is better than Dan's H2, and Dan thinks his is better than mine, which I get. My brother's right there. I'm gonna do a burnout. That guy's window is down. Whoops. There's a kid in their car too. I hope they didn't get upset. I don't like making kids sad. I love kids. Got to meet Motonasi's daughter. She was literally the sweetest little kid ever. First time I ever met her, and she was just like so nice. Let me hold her. I was like, oh, I love you. I think I'm going to the lake today. I really think I'm going to go to the lake today. It's a lake type of day. We'll pop this picture up on the screen. I posted a picture of Dan's bike, Warhorse, now that it's done. That bike is just absolutely insane. It's actually my highest liked picture on Instagram, I believe, to this point. And that's pretty cool. A lot of people were confused on whether it was mine or not. And I tagged Dan on it and mentioned him down in the caption, but I guess people still thought it was mine, which, don't get me wrong, I want to ride that bike so bad, I'd love for it to be mine. Because that is just a great bike, man. That thing turned out 1,000 times better than I thought it was going to. I mean, don't get me wrong, I didn't think Dan was going to like fuck it up, but I didn't think that bike, when I first saw it, when he first got it, I was like, I mean, maybe it's got potential. But that just, I'm floored. I cannot wait to see the rest of his builds, man, because that one turned out just pristine. And I mean, not to mention I had my hands in on it a little bit, so you know, I did some of the work, but not much. I didn't do much. I helped him with disassembly and then helped him put the engine back in the frame, and he did all the hard shit like wiring and stuff, which I fucking hate. I hate wires, man. I wish if a motorcycle ran on 0 wires, I could probably do the same work, but I hate doing any type of wiring or anything. This bike's so much fun. Getting rid of a bike is always just like super sad to me, because like you build like a connection. You love a bike, and bikes are just awesome, but if you go through bikes as often as I do, you can't build that connection. It's like super sad. I'm like, man, I don't want to get rid of this bike, but I love new bikes. Like, I would love like an R6 right now and just like pimp it out the way I'd want to pimp it out, and like do all the stuff kind of some of the stuff that I'm doing to the H2, like, but more curvy friendly, get back up in the mountains. Which, I mean, I think we were talking about, Dan and Motonasi and I were talking about bringing and I think Chase would probably come. He's still got his supermoto. It'd be fun to trailer all our our supermotos up to the mountain and take for a ride. They're not really made to drive an hour or 2 hours to the mountain and then take the mountain ride like a lot of 600s could handle. But I think it'd be a lot of fun to get the supermotors up there. Granted, I don't run off a mountain like I almost do every time I go up there. So yeah, anybody wants to buy this bike, 10 grand, hit me up. If you say you're from YouTube, maybe I'll give you a better deal, but I don't know. It just depends. I mean, this bike has no miles, less than 1,000 miles on this bike. Literally mainly drag strip ridden, so I mean, I'm sure it's got some rough takeoffs on the clutch, but bike was built to handle it. So yeah guys, I'm going to get out of here, about to go to the lunch spot. If you enjoyed the video whatsoever, make sure you hit me that thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, yeah, please subscribe. I really do appreciate each and every one of y'all. Until next time, peace. God, this bike's so comfy, man. I'd hate to get rid of it. Like, I can flap with it so big, like, so good. And the seat's so comfortable. Oh, it's like, oh, the best seat I've ever had on a bike. Like, I could ride this bike for hours on end.